Love enyuma naengi tabula. All right, so we're coming back with another episode of questions. I enjoyed the last one, and I hope that some of you that still have questions, you can still send them through so that we can be able to handle a bigger or spectrum of issues, not just one issue. I think I really enjoyed being able to touch on different things and expound on different things. So welcome. And in case this helps you, please share it with someone. Yeah, share it with someone and let us know what you would love us to talk about, what you are going through. Share with us your story. The numbers are on the screen, and I will tell you that the numbers are so responsive that if you send a message, you will clearly get a response. And yeah, about whether you're booking a session, whether you are sending a question, whether you're asking a question, we will have something to come back to you with.
I obviously enjoyed the previous session where people are sending in questions, and one asks one question but seems like he's asked for the whole village.
Yep.
Because there is no unique situation. What you call an issue, a situation, thousands are going through the same. What they need is someone to talk to them, someone to show them that you're not the only one going through this. We're so many out there that are battling the same, but we're not giving up. I know that we will...
not giving up on love,
yes,
my friend.
Yes, there is, yeah. And relationships are very interesting because they're unique in a way. That you don't marry your sister that you've grown up with. You don't marry your brother that you've grown up with. You marry someone that was raised in a different home, and that's unique in itself. God is super wise that, you know, the only way he could multiply this world is by giving opportunity for relationships to grow, thrive amidst all trials, troubles, difficulties, misunderstandings, betrayal, and everything that is in it. So it's a very, very interesting area and sphere. And I love relationships because that's the only thing that keeps us here on earth. Relationships. That whether you like it or not, there must be crossing of the borders. That Uganda needs something from Kenya. Kenya needs something from Tanzania. And so there is no way you cross that border without a relationship. So that relationship helps you to forge ways of coexisting and, you know, helping each other. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And it's more interesting when you have those fights in a home. The fights that you have in your home are not so unique. People have fought, including your mother and father and your grandmother and grandfather, but they managed to give birth to you, and here you are. So you'll have these fights. You're not the first one to have these fights, and thank God that you're having these fights, but you're still together.
You're still in the ring.
Yes, stay in the ring.
Don't hit below the belt. Fighting has rules.
Yes, let's master the rules, and you know,
fight fair.
And keep in there. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's nice when you have to hug after a misunderstanding. It means you've conquered something. It simply means there's something that you've overcome. It's something that you've been able to deal with in as far as life is concerned.
And it comes with maturity.
Yes. So when you eventually hug and forgive each other, you've attained something. You've gotten to a certain level. And guess what? You have a testimony. There's something for you to tell if you live to see tomorrow. So don't die today.
And then the deliberately selfish lady comes. Yes. That there are scenarios where I think people are not huggable.
I hope you guys are not listening to this.
There are scenarios where people are not huggable. There are scenarios where you can't make up and kiss. Like, seriously speaking, you look at someone who perpetually does. It's like a young kid who runs in mud, comes, does this, mommy, and then you bathe them, you wash their clothes, and then they run back to the mud, and then so. Yeah, that's when we need intervention. That's where you're doing like this.
I'm doing like this because
that is where we need intervention. That is where we need
Boba
to
no mwana
choose
bwotyo bwatyo tomuzalu
Nenda tomuzaalukuka but omuteeka wali ne baafu ye oba wa myaka 3 oba neyenaza nayoza engoye ze oba asiibawo mugamba nduwagala lweru. But so that means there are repercussions.
Nga wa myezi emeka?
Nedda nga wa myaka omwana agenda nadduka nasamba omupiira myaka 3 myaka 4 like that omugamba tuulaawo oyoze engoye zo. And as in to show that there are repercussions. You're not a bathroom rag where someone can just step on you.
But I like the element of emyaka. Emyaka here means if marriages or a marriage is for the mature mind. That the issues you need to address, the issues you need to deal with, okay, maturity or
require maturity,
responsibility is a key element. That's why I said months, because then you're not a
baby.
You're no longer months old. You're not 1 year old. We expect that you can, at least that. I like it when I see my son when he comes and says "Susu, Daddy Susu," and you know that he's trying to tell you I'm not comfortable. I feel I want to do Susu. So you help him go to the restroom and he does Susu and off he goes to play. So that over time he will not come to you to say Susu. He will know that you showed him where the toilet is. So with time, so when a person is of age, they do things and kakati. We expect them to do what? To grow, because time in itself causes or forces us. It's the only element that whether you like it or not.
You age, but not in brain maturity.
That's another one. That's a totally different one. Whether you like it or not, you can't be 5 years today and 5 years next year and 5 years.
Growth is
it's inevitable. So it's acting on you. So that means
growth
change
of the body
is acting.
And the years.
Yes, there is change. So when you refuse to grow, then you face the consequences of refusing to grow.
Exactly. To be treated like I am.
And then that's how people slide into the places of being a burden. That's when people slide into the places of, I don't want to get near him, or I don't want to get near her. I don't think there's anything for me to learn from them. What's been happening? You've been growing, but you've not been changing. You've been aging, but you've not been changing. And it's a shame that your years should reflect a bit of who you've become.
My head is
like I don't want to be this 10 years from now. I would want to be a better man than I am.
I want to use
now.
your statement, but it's a bad statement.
Please do.
Nabasirovakula. Like whenever I hear that statement, I'm like, oh Lord. But in the actual sense, is stupidity is the refusal to learn.
Actually, tetugamba bakula. N'abasiru
bakaddiwa. I know, but yes, actually bakaddiwa. Because when you say someone is stupid, people say when you tell them is stupid, when you go to the dictionary is the refusal to learn. That means you made a mistake, but you refuse to pick a lesson to not do it again. So you're going to do it again and do it again and do it again. You're you're the one who does not take care of your family, and you're not taking care of your family.
So you earn
the degree,
the qualification,
or the PhD,
the qualification to be called
Doctorate.
Stupid. So someone says you've earned it. You are really stupid. So it's not an insult.
It's not.
Yes,
it's refusal to learn.
It's a place.
You just refuse to.
It's
to
a place
grow,
that you graduate into consistently.
But the thing is, the world will never tell you
until it's beyond doubt that you are actually stupid.
But the world will never tell you. And guess what? There will always be someone who is gullible. There will always someone atanaba kukola chi kulabuka. So you keep waliwo abagwa mu bikopo. That is why someone, you can see, for example, if it's a man and a woman has gone away, and you're thinking, how could he leave that beautiful woman? And then he's seeing another guy coming to, he's like, good them how long are they going to last? Maybe 1 week, maybe 2 weeks. Why? Because amumanyi omuntu we yali abaddeko naye. That is why some people are like, hey, nenga tamububirako. Chances are like ekibi kigwana wala twala. Chances are they are even praying that they go. And we are here to answer questions. Okay. Let's start. And some of these, I think women ask more questions than men. But men, please ask, because I know that so many of you are actually going through silent frustrations and you're not able to open up to anyone. So this is anonymous. We're not going to read your name. We will never, you know. So that means you're asking for so many people. This one says, Nalino mwami wange. Naye yadduka. Question. Nkolye ntya. Omwami yadduka. Amuleka agende. Kati omuntu bwadduka omukulu oti. Omukwata amagulu. Omutaayiza. Omunoonyaayo gy'ali atali mwana muto. Mbu yabuze. The way you're looking at me.
No, I'm just thinking about yadduka.
Yadduka.
Cheche kyamudusa.
I didn't think about that.
Cheche kyamudusa.
Nedda waliwo abadduka nga tewali kibagoba.
You know, when questions come, just like you said sometime, wagamba nti some people think about themselves,
but they
why and they're selfish to take care of their side when they're asking the questions.
You're right.
So yadduka ki? Nze bw'ogamba yadduka kyembuuza kiki yadduka? Kiki yadduka? Because okudduka.
Yadduka buchafu.
Okudduka. Kulimu ebitendera ebiri. Okay? Omutendera ogusooka. Nti ekingoba kigenda kundya. Kaneetaasi nziruke. Okay? Ekyokubiri. Omutendera ogwokubiri. Nti sirina mbavu kwanukula kyenina so
kandi yetegule okukuba kwetegula era kuba kudduka
naye obanga addusa obuvunaanyizibwa
oba kyenina sikyagala tekinkwatako.
That can be the other, but ojja kwesanga gwe totubuulidde kikyobadde okola ekireetedde omusajja ono okutuuka mu mbeera eyokukola ki ey'okudduka. Though we will handle it as is. Nti yadduka onkoze ntya nga bwe ntera okugamba tubuuza ebibuuzo ebitali bituufu. Wandibadde otandika ng'otubuulira
kyekyaliwo
nti omusajja gwe nafumbirwa oba taata w'abaana bange bw'ati bw'ali bino bye bibaddewo okutuusa bw'asimbudde n'avaawo nkoze nti. But when you ask a question
ate n'otatubuulirako bibye byokka
naawe
n'otubuulirako
because then oba otuyambye okuyamba. But right now we'll just shoot in the dark.
No, I think let's think
because waliwo n'abantu, there are several people that are watching and probably babaddukako. I was handling an issue with someone who said, and the man said, I had no choice but to pack my bags and go. But I was taking care of my home, I was taking care of my wife, I was paying all the bills. Even when I left, I kept paying everything, and I still do up to now. What hurts me, I had to leave. Bagamba, and use these words, bagamba basajja tebanoba naye nze kubulabirako nanoba
lokuba saayugira balowooza nagenda kukola. And so that means that
there was another situation I was dealing with a certain gentleman who said, what do you do mostly if you have what they call the alpha females? And these alpha females, the dominant style, they want your place as a man in our home, and the way they do it is they force you to think you're insufficient, inadequate. You
at
understand? Yes. Your wallet is too small to handle the family affairs. You can't afford the kind of house I want to sleep in. Neither can you buy me the kind of car that I want to drive, or even fuel it, or take our kids to the kind of school I would want them to go to. So you are not. So the guy was like, Tim, how do I handle such a woman? Because what I was thinking is I just bury myself far away from her. I look for money from every possible angle and way, regardless of how I get it, to make sure that I give her all the money she needs.
It's breaking the home.
No, what he was saying, I've given up the home. I'm running away. We are trying to handle these issues. But the thing is, in this generation, women prefer to be single mothers without saying it, because they are so selfish to chase their dreams without thinking about the family as a unit. So they do things that push away their men.
And when you ask them,
they
behave like they
And so when this man goes, remember, it's a one-way road. Yeah. It's not a two-way. When this man starts on the pursuit of, I'll bury myself in work and in looking for money to supply for my home. So trades places. He trades the place of him as a leader in a home for the money. So wherever he goes, he will look for the money and make sure you have the money. But when he goes, I assure you of one thing. What that man will never ever trade is this place of leadership. He will look for someone who will call him a man. He will look for someone who will give him the peace and the respect. Yeah. He will look for someone who will give him the comfort.
Him feel like a man.
Exactly. So just know, for you want the money,
you will get the money.
You will get the money.
But you will lose the money.
But he will go and look for someone who will give him the respect, who will give him the peace, who will call him a man.
And then you start saying, I wish you can see the kind of woman that he got. He cannot even measure up.
What they usually say is, he was broke. I was one taking care of him. When he got money, he ran away. What they will not tell you is, I pushed him away until
he looked for a way to survive.
Because with us men, we don't have money today. But I can assure you, we will have it tomorrow. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. Some men have woken up when they are 40 and they have become billionaires. Some have woken up when they are 50 and they have become billionaires. There are some who have even woken up when they are in their 60s and they have become multi-billionaires. So the place and the destiny of a man cannot
change anytime,
be underestimated. So whatever that you have, there's something that I wrote, and I think I read it the way I said, it's not what you have that makes a difference. It's what you know about what you have.
Exactly. Oh, that is powerful. That was so profound.
So most people
don't know what they have.
Have no knowledge of what they have.
And the outsiders can see it sometimes.
Some of you women have gold in your houses. You have men that can potentially turn your world upside down in a good way. But the thing is, you're looking at him now and using him now to predict the future.
Yeah.
And you're abusing that guy. And you are pushing that guy.
Tormenting.
Wait.
Undermining.
You wait for that guy. If he can only fall in the hands of Inspire Men Initiative. In 5 to 7 years.
Agule taka, anyirire, akule. That way you said it. But I want us to highlight some of those things, that because it's two questions. On the side of the man, what causes a man to run away, okay, without the contribution of the woman? Because there are those waliwo abaddusi ng'omukyala talina kyakoze n'amala n'akola ki, either n'afuna omuntu omulala, butterflies nezimukola ki, nezimutengula omutima, n'adduka n'abulirayo kagenderere, agenda tagenda, oluvannyuma n'akola ki, n'agendera ddala. Ate ne wabaawo ng'omukyala mu butuufu ng'alina bye yakola. Ate bye bakola si bye bingi ennyo. Kati oyogedde ku ba alpha female. Naye waliwo omukyala nga mukyafu. Ng'omusajja akontaganira ddala nga tayagala, because I've seen men who are like, you know what? Oba nfune lodge, oba nfune hotel gyensula. Omukazi anfuukidde omukazi. Oli n'akuba ekifaananyi nga pampa ziri ku kikopo, ziri ku flaska, ziri ku obuliri bubuuka, engatto ziri mu gundi. Omusajja n'agamba, how do I stay in such a place? How do I say nga enkuba yakoma okutonnya emyezi 2 emabega naye engatto ziriko ebisooto bwe biti ate ziri mu nju.
Ogezesa kungi naye kuba kunene. Waliwo nedda I respect a man awangula ekyo. Kubanga nze kiyinza obukyafu.
Akiwangula kyange wakati akakwerawo.
Obukyafu. Okay. Olwo ebintu byo nga
kati no boyeko obukyafu obw'omunju n'obukyafu obw'omubiri. Oli tasenya tatunuli teyeefanako wadde
musajja munanga
yenna atambula atagala bwacha alinga ayambadde obebiki
abako buzibu omukazi
unya tayagala kunaaba ebiri zasenyuka kwegamba gwe tosobola
naye kiki ekiri ku bakazi obutagala kunaaba ennaku zino batya amazzi akana kanga kawala bakagoba bugobi akalenzi keketwala okunaaba kiki jeans hormones so seriously I don't know but anyway that would be a test. That would be a tough one.
It's chizunzo omutwe because ate omuntu bwatyo ne bogezaako kumuwabula takyuka kubanga ye kyamanyidde.
Wow.
Oli n'abanga omumwa gwe gumulemesezza okufumbwa. Ng'ayogera n'ebitamukwatako n'ayogera ne yeetika ebyeri ne yeetika ebyeri bw'ayogera bw'ali ku ssimu bw'afumba bw'ayogera ku ono bw'ava ku ssimu ng'akubira oli mugamba gundi nno nva ku ssimu naye ogenda okulaba atabudde abantu omusajja n'agamba naye bino biswaza. Ng'omusajja kyayagala mirembe naye ng'omukazi akulaga si byaliko.
Trouble. I need trouble.
Trouble. There are women who are addicted. Recently, I dealt with an issue of a woman who is addicted. Omusajja namutwala for different interventions. Naye ng'omukyala addukayo mu rehabilitation center. Nakomawo n'amusanga ng'ali separating nga mukaaga ewaka ng'azitudde kaati. Namugamba ate tolina gy'onziza. I think the other one was a possession.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Tough. Yep.
So you see there are so many different issues. Naye omuntu bw'abanga akulese nga tolina ky'omukoze. Muleka agende. The best you can do is to pray. Nti the hearts of men and kings are in God's hands and he can make them face wherever. It's possible that you still love that person, but if you cry, you are nagging them. If you call them, you are nagging them. If you look for them, you are nagging them. Like everything you do in pursuit to bring them back to you. You are nagging them. So you're actually becoming more ugly. You're putting a bigger trench. The best thing is to take a step back. Let them ask, Lwachi togoba. If they want to come back into a negotiation, then let them circle back. If they don't come back, good riddance. That means katonda teyamukwagaliza kubeera mbulamu bwo. And the sooner you accept it, the better for you. Because some people have wasted 10 years. Ng'oli yagenda. Nagamba bw'abanga oli yagenda ye yali anjagala kati sirifuna mulala anjagala. Akwagala akuddukako. Tasobola kudduka. Kekitegeeza yali takwagala.
So do an audit on yourself because your question was just, do an audit on yourself. Wachi yagenda. Okay, if you, like Hilda said, bwekiba nti you contributed to it, then there's a place for you to do right. There are chances that you can come back. So if it is the case, then you have a job to do. But then your audit is perfect, you've been doing, and he just walked away. He just decided to go. Exactly, yeah. Ntera kigeraageranya nakumbwa bw'obanga osisinkanye embwa n'ebogola n'oyimirira n'otadduka tekugoba eba odduka ekugoba. Okay, so okuyimirira kifo ky'abantu abavumu. It is the brave that will be able to
stand still.
So in this place bw'aba asazeewo n'adduka katunule mabega nga talaba amugoba ajja kulekera okudduka oba oli awo naye yeyambe. So your place at this point is concentrate ku bintu ebikugasa. Manya kyolina kati okikozesa okuyamba gwe okwezimba n'okuzimba abaana bo family yo kubanga you have a duty, you have a responsibility. Today has its needs and its needs will not wait. So try to address the issues now and don't waste a lot of time and energy
chasing
someone
who does not want
who's running away. The more you chase, the more they keep running.
Waliwo eyaleetako abazadde bo
bamugobereko
bajje bamutayirizeeko. Guess what? Omwami yabaweereza transport n'abagamba baddeyo tebatawaana.
That's why I'm saying that don't waste your time, your resources and everything trying to, if he's running, the only way he will stop running is if he looks back and there's no one chasing. Yes, because we only run away from what we don't want. And the only reason as why we stop running is when we look back and there's no one chasing. So give them the opportunity to look back and there's no one chasing. So they will have nothing to run away from. Yeah.
Because okay, I have 3 daughters, but one has 1 kid, but she doesn't want to marry the kid's father. Now, with
onomuzadde yabuuza
tata, she's now with other men are convincing to marry her. Now 2 years, she's decided to be a single mother. How can I help her as a father?
Tough. Wow.
You see, your child has a child, but she does not want to marry the father of the child.
Yeah.
But for you, you think because they have a child together, why doesn't she accept to marry her? There are other people that are convincing her, but for 2 years, she has decided. Even those that are trying to convince, they're like, I want to be a single mother. I want to be the way I am. What can I do?
As daughters grow, they tend to incline more. Mostly, they tend to incline more to their mothers. And to a certain point, there are certain things they will never tell us as fathers, but they can be comfortable sharing them with their mothers. Now, in this case, I don't know where the mother is because the father does not show. I don't know whether he's a single father. I don't know. But if Mama might be more helpful in this situation because there are certain things that your daughter is not telling you. And it's only understandable that at a certain point, this girl will be shy to share certain things with you as a dad. Naye, because of what she's been exposed to and what she's gone through, the chances that she will be able to confide in
their mother,
in a female, someone who carries the respect of a mother. That's if the mother is not there.
Yes.
So if you can do that, that would really help. By the way, that would really help. There are certain things that she's not telling you. There are certain things that she's not sharing with you. And once that is handled, there are chances that you will have answers to the mystery that you're dealing with. Beyond that, I feel you as a father.
The pain.
We want the best for our children. One day in Inspire Men Initiative, they asked me, why do you do what you do for the men? And I said, I have a daughter. One day my daughter should meet a responsible man. So I'm casting my bread on the waters. That before many days it will come back to me. I'm sowing a seed for my daughter in men. That God will not pay me otherwise. But that God will do for me something good. That He will repay me with something good. That He will bring a responsible man
to your daughter.
My daughter. So as a dad,
it's painful.
It is painful. It is painful to know the right thing. It is very painful to be knowledgeable. It is very painful to be experienced. It is very painful to know that there is there's a ditch just ahead of you. And I have seen it. And I'm warning you, please don't fall into it. And then all of a sudden, you see your own blood, your own flesh and blood, walking closer to it while you're screaming. They go much closer to it and you scream even more. Until you get to a point where you're like, Mukama yamba.
It's painful. Very painful.
So it's painful to every father out there.
Very painful.
But sometimes, and I would say, it is the only job where you're never fired. God gives it to you once. He hires you and He keeps you on the job. He never fires forever. You. So the only way that you can do that job, best way to do it, is go to your partner called God, because He partnered with you in that creation, and take these issues to him and pray. Beyond what everyone else can do, your partner in heaven called God will show you and expose you to mysteries. You're the prophet in that girl's life. You are the priest in that girl's life. You are God in a way in that girl's life, in your daughter's life. So God will open your eyes to and will show you how to deal with them. So don't take God out of
the equation. Yeah, that's true. I also want to just make an addition. I think there's a case you handled sometimes, but it's years now, where a girl was getting into marriage, and you could clearly see the mother wanting the girl to go because the girl had gotten pregnant and the mother did not want embarrassment. And you were like, I wish I can take that girl, keep her somewhere, let her give birth, and not just give her to the wolves just because she got pregnant. A person getting pregnant and a child does not mean that they have to marry the father of the child. Chances are it was biology and chemistry and butterflies. But there was no love, there was no commitment.
That you bring that memory, what hurt me the most is everything I said
came to pass.
Everything I said. A few years down the road, everything came to pass. Now, there's some of these things, while you're speaking from the point of pain, but at times it's God speaking through you. That ensobi ekoledwa tetuwongerako ndala.
I know.
Yes. There is waliwo ensobi ekoledwa, but we shouldn't again
get rid, like
not just get rid, but it's just like endorsing it. And giving it an opportunity to even grow, and even eat take roots, and even chew into your future,
have more bitter fruits,
have an opportunity to snatch another some 5 years of a very powerful dream. Very hard, really hard.
So chances are,
by the way, now that you're talking about it, if you are in that space, swallow mulundi ogwo, neto swallow ebiri. Exactly. You are pregnant.
Zalo mwana
wo.
Tekitegeeza mufumbiro. Nebo bango nga gwa ina mafuta agatiirika. Nebo bango limuweereza mu kanisa. Nebo chiwangulo omulundi gumu naye nga togenze na muntu gw'otayagala. Oba takwagala. Tewali commitment. Mwali muva mu practice mugenda ku musonda. As in it was an accident that happened, but God planned for that child to be born. But chances are your love could never be maintained, and there was no commitment in that. And then omwalo ono kugamba nti kale kubanga olaba taata, the father is compromising. It's like, okay, if you can't take the father of your child, there are these other men that are convincing you to marry. But again, for 2 years, you have decided to be a single woman. Chances are she's still nursing the wounds of what happened. She's still being careful about her life. She's like, okay, so I allow you into my life. I get another child. And then if you're not responsible, I get another child. I would rather wait.
And that place is a place for the brave. For the brave. It's only a brave person that can be head on with shame. That can go head on with insults, where is being insulted, where I have a lot of respect for people that take responsibility, where they're like, it has happened. I'm ready for the consequences therein, and I'll face them however ugly.
I'm not running into another man's house
because
I want to get.
No, I'm not gonna do it. And so
I think the girl is brave.
Yeah, she's brave. Brave. And then I like what you said. She's brave, but again, if you really want more,
talk to a mother or someone.
To help you dig a little bit more. Life. There are chances that
sometimes she will tell you she's not fine.
Yeah, you might find out that there is more to it than just her.
It's possible she has tried to date, but she comes back with tears because what she expected is not what she got. And so maybe her heart has been broken multiple times. While you want her to get married, she's broken, and all she needs is a father's arms of I understand, but God will bring someone. And let me tell you, the prayers of a mother never go down.
Is you would find that probably in the process ey'okufuna omwana oyo nga waliwo ebyaliwo n'oyo omwami oluusi yafunirayo obulwadde ng'akimanyi mulwadde n'omwana mulwadde takugambanga
omusajja yamukwata bukwasi
bintu bingi ebibaawo you know abantu bagenza okuzaala nadda nga bamugyemu n'abaana naye nga tasobola kukyogera talina bwatandika kigamba gwe nga kitaawe but can be able to talk to the mother. Okay, nga muli mu mutima she has to address that and deal with that, and she doesn't know how the best way how. So there are so many things that what I meant by waliwo ebintu bingi, there is a lot that she probably is not comfortable sharing with you, but can be able to share with a fellow woman. That place is for a mother, might not be the real mother, but a mother figure, a woman who ayina ekitiibwa ekya maama. If you can be able to get her in that place with her, she probably will open up more. So she is not like she's just
keeping them at bay.
She has her reasons.
Ate nekino kankiyiseewo omwana ne bwakugamba bugambi nti maama olubuto nalufuna naye omusajja simwagala. That's a reason. She's not just being picky because ojagamba, but she's just being picky. Omusajja ojja kuyiga okumwagala. Not in this age and era. Bwabanga akugambye omusajja simwagala.
She means it.
She means it. She knows it. Nti she will never respect him. She will never commit to him. She will never. So even if you push her there, you're pushing her into more problems. Because she's going to self-sabotage.
I agree.
Yeah. Ajja kubonyabonyeza wabwiriri. So the man will keep coming back to you. Ate omwana gwe mwampa, ate omuwala gwe mwampa. And ajja bagamba nze nali sikyagala mwaki nsindika mbusindise.
That's true.
So don't force anyone. This one says, I'm 31 years old. I gave birth to my firstborn at 19 with a man who died a few years ago without owning anything or leaving us anything for my child. I gave birth to my second-born with another man who threw me out like a popo. I later remarried and now have 2 kids with my current husband. I'm haunted so much by my past relationships, for I have full responsibility of my first 2 kids. I got on payroll and again deleted off the payroll this year in March. I have had all sorts of sicknesses and I am losing it. What do I do?
Wow.
Yeah, I think we start with the haunting, because giving birth at 19, it was really young. And then if you lost the father of your child, that was another trauma. And then you gave birth to another child with another man who threw you out like a popo. That is trauma over trauma, because by the time you say a popo, that means it must have been a painful experience, or you were just dumped like a useless thing. And so that is how you translate it into that, something useless. Yeah. And then later remarried, and now I have 2 kids. That means you don't talk ill about the current man. However, your biggest trauma is you are being haunted by the past relationships because you have full responsibility. So that means the current man has not accepted to take full responsibility of your children. He's like, I will be with you. We will give birth to our own children. I will take care of those children. But these children are yours. So pay their school fees, feed them, and chances are do not even bring them here. Some men have actually called for that. So that means every time, either when something is going wrong in the home, the man is like, ndabe sente zonna ozimalira kubali abaana bo. That means the man has not fully accepted the children and has not accepted to be a father
to these children.
So that perpetual kind of conflict that you have, you're like, I also want my children to grow up well. I would love them to be with me, but I'm not allowed to bring them here, you know. So, and then I have to be careful how I send the money. That means I have to send it without even, you know, saying anything. That nebidida okulabidida abana bange. You get it. So I'm thinking that the haunting that you're talking about it's burdensome to take care of them on your own, but chances are you also have prohibitions where you are, with your current man.
In this case, your first child and your second
And then she
child,
got deleted off the payroll, so
that's
that means she doesn't have.
yes, she can always look for a job and find one. But your first child and your second child are your responsibility.
Yeah.
I have a feeling from your explanation, you've already discussed it with this current man, and he's not willing to take responsibility for these children. So these are your responsibilities. I think you shouldn't be apologetic about, because why do you say you're haunted? You're haunted because you are using your present situation, okay, to judge yourself about the past that you don't have power over. You can't change anything about the past. It's already happened. The reason as to why you are facing what you're facing right now, someone is sending a very direct message of, I don't mind how you do it, but don't mix your past with the present. So be deliberate to handle your past with wisdom. In this case, yes, in this case, these two deserve a future. Regardless, one does not have a dad, but one has. I don't know how far you can go to engage the dad of this existing one. If he's the kind who does not want to take responsibility, or
it's on you. Dumped her like a popo. Exactly.
So I would think you shouldn't be apologetic
about taking
care of your children, because the only reason that's why you find yourself in a place of I feel haunted is because the present seems to be a determinant of
how you deal with
everything
your children
about your past. Yet your past has already happened. You do not have any control over it. You can't change it. You can't be 19 again. You were 19 once, got a child out of that age, and this child is here to stay. She is or is in your life. Take care of them best way possible.
Yeah. So you can't say
you can't dodge that bullet.
Yeah.
But God has to give you wisdom of how to deal with it. It's just like you wake up every day, and you have to dress up. Yeah. Just know you have to wake up every day. Just like you dress up, you have to take care of your children. You have to take care of that kid you got at 19. You have to take care of the other. And that's it.
Yeah.
And God will give you wisdom. God will give you provision. And the best I can do, pray for you. That God will channel resources into your way. But the beginning of it all is, don't be apologetic about trying to secure a future for your two children.
Yeah.
They have not done anything to deserve otherwise.
And you deserve a love that is accepting.
No, kati eno jolly eno.
Let's also deal with that.
Hilda, in most cases, I think I've seen one or two scenarios where a woman successfully hides children she got from a different marriage.
Successfully.
Yes, but
that is
successfully ended at a certain point. The man found out still. So what I'm saying, if you got children before you got married, it is your place before you get into another marriage to make sure that you don't hide your life before. Tell this man the truth. If he's to love you, he'll love you. If he's to go away, he will go away. Either way, if you hide it and he finds out, he will still go. So help yourself.
Bring all the cards.
Yeah, and tell him. Or if it's you a man or it's you a woman, be willing to. Because there's little that you can do about your last 12, 20 years, 15 years. There's more for you to do, and there's a lot that you can do for the next 20, 30 years. So don't allow your next 20 years to be jeopardized by the last 10 or 15 years of your life. You have little to do about your last 15 because it has already happened. And from that life, you have something to show for it. And there's a child, you understand,
that needs
who calls you mommy. Let me tell you, I saw, and this woman successfully got her children to call her Senga. To call her Baba. I remember, Baba. And so, while growing up, I thought the word Baba means mother. But what she wanted was the man she had gotten married to never to ever
understand.
think that bano baana be. Nenga baana be. Nenga bamuita baba. Baba means
my older sibling.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't hide forever.
Yes. So when I was of age, I asked Katinguru Tan, so through primary, because I went with her kids to the same schools. And so we used to call Henry's mother Baba. So I thought Baba means mom. In their language, that's what I thought. We have Banyoro. So I thought Baba means mama. I don't know. So we grew up thinking Baba is a title of a mother in their language. So when I grew up, I asked and they said, our older sibling is called Baba. So I was like, hey. Auntie Jenny. Yali mama teyali baba.
Naye bana bali bamuta baba. Ngaba kwika.
Yes.
Wow.
Got into another marriage, and she didn't want in this marriage.
Now that's
the man
thing
to know
I
that
actually
these
wanted
are
to
children.
talk about.
So you
most
realize
women compromise.
Yeah.
Most women, as in they put love as a priority, and their children less of a priority.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means they are willing to do anything to keep this love or to keep this man, even when this man is prohibiting her to take care of them, even when she says they should never cross to this home. Like, he's just blunt like that. He knows they are there. He's like, let them be wherever they are. Never bring them here. I don't want any mix-up. You get it? I will never pay school fees. Even when that child is sick and the mother does not have money, he will look the other way. But the woman wants love, but I don't know what that is. I don't think that is love. Because love is kind. Love is accepting. Love does not keep records of wrong. I don't know what kind of love we worship, but the kind of love the Bible talks about is the kind of love when someone understands that you're actually a single mother and you tell them, even if they don't accept to pay school fees, but they will take care, they will look at them as children.
My problem, such men never lie. It's from the dating
That's the
time.
thing, yes.
From the dating time, it will show you that I will never be a father to your children.
But for you,
He
want
will
love.
tell you, no. He will tell you, I'm marrying you, but you can't mix up. I don't have children, you have children. Your children are your children. I'm not going to be their father.
Take care of them, we don't stay with them.
So what makes you think that after marrying him, he's going to change?
I don't know what happened.
Okay, so if he has put the cards and they're applying as he's told you.
Make a better decision for your children.
From the word go.
I know.
From the word go. Don't embarrass yourself to do otherwise. Because then we'll be dealing with such issues.
You will always have these children in your life.
Just know, if he has told you for this marriage to happen, for this relationship to happen,
these are the conditions.
I cannot be a father to your children. Respect yourself enough to
Take care
say
of your
no.
burden. Yeah.
To say no.
Yeah.
If you think.
You love your children.
No. Not just love your children. If you think the man you want to marry should accept your children.
Be a father.
So respect yourself enough now to say, Chigani, thank you. Because there are some women who have.
Let me represent these women. This is what they keep saying in
their But I've heard of women, I think I've had at least one who said, I loved the guy, but the moment I told him I have a child and he said, nope,
I also know of some.
Yeah, I can't be a father.
Away.
Yeah, I can't be a father. She was like,
they're like, my children are more important in my life.
Thank you.
And where I am is where they are. That particular woman said, wembera nabanange webabeera.
Yeah.
So nga nange bwengenda okulabirira betugenda okuzaala. I expect him to take care of mine when they are sick, to treat them as children. But again, this is what most of those women will say. Omusajja anyambye n'okunnyamba okumpasanga nina abaana. Do you see how they devalue themselves? So you have already communicated this to this man that you are inferior, you don't know your worth, you are not even confident to stand up for yourself and for your children. That's why they say that as in when they are compromising, they give themselves
Hilda, I would still want to go a little bit on that. I don't think you are devaluing yourself. At that point, this is how I would read it. The man has been very respectful to me,
to tell you
to tell me that in as far as my life is concerned, I never envisioned this, that I'm going to raise children that are not mine. So please, you can cut it, end it now, or if you want to give this a chance, find someone to raise you.
They never say it as direct as that. They
No.
say it in actions.
And cutting number. Maybe there are some men who can say that. If a man gives you an opportunity to say that, and you choose,
And that he has helped you.
and you choose to stay in that marriage, respect yourself enough. Obiawuli.
Yeah.
Obiawuli.
Because kuba kusalawo.
The only thing there that you have is you were straight up with him and told him I have children. So it's as simple as this. My earning, my savings, my money, tukanye, I'll use it to help.
My children.
They don't have a father. I'm their father, I'm their mother. So I want you to understand, man, if I'm to marry you and you're not giving me a hand, don't complain when I want time to go and help them, take care of them, visit them at university or at a high school, or send them help. Or
those are 2 men out of 100 that
Exactly.
can stand up for themselves. And most of the times, by the way, they will either end up parting or the man will end up accepting.
Yeah.
You get it? So both extremes
So
are possible.
some people have not given into blended things, blended families and those things. I think the only scenarios where I've seen is when a man has children and a woman has children. From their previous marriages, that one becomes a little bit easy because he is bringing children, you're bringing children. And you're saying, let's do a top-up.
A top-up.
You have 2, I have 2, let's
get
top up
one
with 1
to,
or
to,
2.
to join us.
That's different.
I've seen a few men
Yeah.
that have accepted a woman that has children, and they've actually treated them so well and accepted their children.
And that is a place again for the brave.
For the very brave and well brought up and well mannered people. But again, the other thing that eats up women that they never pay attention to is the fact that when a man does not accept your children, you never feel accepted wholly. You will always know that there is something wrong, there is something lacking. So even if you put up a fight, even if you stand up on your feet and say, all my money will go this way, or whatever it is, there is an emptiness that you can never feel in your heart. It will be a failed recipe because you will never feel fully accepted. Because I put the cards on the table, I told you about my children, I did not hide them, okay? And so if you decide and say, I want nothing to do with them, that means you do not fully accept me, okay? That means you are choosing one object out of the many and we belong. So you will never be fully, you will never feel like you are full. It's like a man when a woman tells you, your children, a bali. For me, I want you as a man. I don't know how you're going to deal with your children, but I want you as a man. Still, you will never fully belong.
Hilda, I don't know why I have a flip to that. If I'm a man, I have children, and the woman tells me, I want you.
But not your children.
But not your children. Abanyambi.
I know. And that's the thing.
Okay, let me tell you this.
this.
Because one thing that I would never want is another woman raising my children. I'm not at home. I must have a lot of confidence and trust in you for you to raise my children in the single biological mother world. Because what I have seen growing up,
it's too bad.
Too bad. I would rather get my children and take care of them, whether at my sister's place, or my mother's place, or somewhere.
With a man, it's
unless. And I have a lot of confidence and trust in you as a woman. And that means I've known you for a very long time for me to be able to give you that place. Actually, it's me giving you an opportunity to raise my children as a man. But it's a no-no. no.
But look
I
at this
either
scenario.
raise them myself
On your own.
Yes,
Without
that I
entangling into
don't
another
remarry.
relationship.
That I don't remarry, I raise my children. If not that.
But a woman when
I've seen
looks at you in
a
the
woman
eye.
I have seen. I'm in my 50s.
Look at this.
Linda, ndi mu myaka 5. Owulira? Baba baananga bakulu. They are in their teen and university, blah, blah. That's okay because they can take care of themselves. But I still have these Ariellas. Nope.
But still, when a woman looks at you in the eye, even if the butterflies were flying in the heavens, and they told you, Kati, that you know what? I don't want to deal with your children. For me, all I want is you. Chikute mentege. You will still feel, and for a man, by the way, it's different. But for a woman,
as I said, I think, as I said, in this particular discussion, we're different types of men. There are some men, there are some men who think that Kangeze, I no longer have a wife. In this case, Kangeze, that the wife has passed on. I can't raise my children. I need a woman to raise them. There are some men who are like that. And then there are some men who are wired different. That you earn a place in my life for me to trust you with my children. Because that only belonged to my wife. Now that my wife is not there, you must earn it. So when a woman is straight on to tell you, you're like, thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
So you're going to be all lovey-dovey. I mean, with everything because you're like, bambuli damazima.
The rest,
you'll figure it out.
Is completely, when you want to address the future, the best way is to look at today. Yeah. Is to look at what's happening now as is. Yeah. Because why would you tell me that you're in charge of 20 years when you have failed to get in charge of today? So today you've told me that I want you, I don't want your children.
And that's what I'm saying. How are you
then
going
you've
to
given me
her?
A blank check to know
whether
exactly
who you are,
how to deal with you.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. At least it gives you a chance to know where to place them.
Exactly. So, one, butterflies. I don't believe in butterflies. I believe in commitment. Because how long does it last? I don't know, but it's not long. Seconds. Exactly. So I don't believe in butterflies. I believe in commitment. So do I want to commit to you?
After
because it's not butterflies that send me. It's not butterflies that send me into commitment.
It's a sober mind.
It's a sober mind.
Yeah.
So do I want to commit or not? In other words,
you decide.
That's why I said even in the other side where it's a woman, if a man has been respectful enough to you to tell you, I don't want your baggage.
Then
it helps you.
Instead of leading you on and then change later.
So that's a blank check.
That's true.
If you don't want it, don't even try to.
But still, it's a
hug
place
him
for the
goodbye.
brave.
Hug him goodbye.
Don't give excuses.
Yeah,
there will always be another person.
Yeah.
Men are like bodas. When you miss one, you get another one. Even women. Okay, I think. Are we done here?
So women are like tukutuku?
When one goes, please don't chase. There is another one coming.
No, the tukutukus take long to come. Unless when you're in Mombasa. Here in Uganda, there are more boda. So women are like tukutuku. You can wait for one for a long time.
This generation.
Yeah, that's why I said tukutuku, because there are not so many.
But we pray for you guys. We pray for you that your love will abound, that you will live in plenty, that you will be happy, and that you will love and be loved. That's a beautiful feeling that you will love and be loved. You will cherish and you will be cherished in the name of Jesus.
And as I said, it's not what you have that makes a difference.
Yep. It's what you know.
It's what you know about what you have that will make a difference. Yeah. So when you have that guy, when you have that man that still loves you and respects you, please respect him. Oh, this I speak on behalf of my men. To all the men that have suffered in love, to all the men that have,
The veterans.
that have been pommered, beaten by women. These days women beat. Okay, women, please don't beat us, don't chase us. Okay, love us, respect us. What we need is respect, peace, and comfort. Please, we want to belong. We don't want to return home to a roommate. We want to return home to a wife,
to a home,
to a husband, to love. Tubyagala bitukolera. Ensi tukuba where we go, wherever that we go, nga tunonye ekikumi. You know, we're trying to make ends meet. We go through a lot. We battle a lot. We face a lot. You know,
you want to come back to a natural.
I want to be accepted when I get back home. I want to rush home to be hugged. I want to rush home to be loved. I don't want to think about home and I'm like, oh,
you dread it.
Oh boy, let me just go to a bar. I don't want that kind of life. I want to come back home. On behalf of all men, women,
you are beseeching.
Please, it's not what you have that makes a difference. It's what you know
about what you have.
That will make a difference. Thank you.